Welcome to the Autospeed Podcast, home of stock car and banger racing in the southwest.
Driver, start your engine.
Love the vans.
Brilliant!
Warm in here, I can see why you don't seem so keen to get off home.
A lot of people would just probably hear 2 or 3 words and switch it off anyway.
Terrific!
First time doing anything like that.
As easy as that.
I didn't stutter anywhere, did I? I do waffle on a bit though, don't I?
Welcome to the Autospeed Podcast. I'm Crispen Rosevear. The May Day weekend with Autospeed began at the United Downs Raceway St Day on Sunday the 30th of April. The BriSCA F2 Stock Cars raced for the Snell Family Trophy, and it was the truly stunning Ford F100 pickup of Tyrone Snell which almost stole the show, as it led the Grand Parade and then took the Formula 2 final winner on his lap of honour. And what a Formula 2 final that was. Whilst it's not uncommon to see the lead change hands, it is less typical for two drivers to swap the lead twice. But that was what happened in a compelling race, where 890 Paul Rice could not quite get on terms with 895 Ben Goddard and 325 Ryan Sheehan, who squabbled ahead of him, Ryan just getting in front for a second time with a couple of laps to spare. Here's a replay of the post-race trophy presentation when commentator Jonny Adams caught up with each of the top three.
Right, a fine race in unexpectedly bad conditions. Can we just have a word with the sponsors? Member of the Tyrone Snell fan club and family, of course, Tyrone, the man who made this wonderful trophy, whose wonderful pickup truck. The pickup truck, I have the details here, 1955 Ford F100, step-side pickup, 5.7 litre engine. You being the nephew of the great man himself, yep. Ace Trailers. Tell us a bit about this car, quickly.
It's a most wonderful car made by Ford in the 50s and been imported from Texas, and Tyrone bought it from a guy in Helston many years ago, did all the welding on it, redid the engine and put power steering on it. So just a wonderful old truck made by Ford. So good to see. Thank you.
Great for advertising for Ace Trailers. Ace Trailers, ladies and gentlemen, details in the programme. Wonderful trophy here. This is the one they've raced for, built by the man himself, Mr. Tyrone Snell, ex-national hot rod racer of distinction. Right, let's get round to the trophy presentation. What a race, what an unexpected race. The track conditions were mad. Third place, 895, Mr. Ben Goddard. Ben, come over here, my handsome. Hello. A lot of people said you were going to win that. They said, oh, who's going to win? I said, who's going to win? They said, oh, Ben Goddard is good in the wet. What happened?
Well, they jinxed it, didn't they?
So it's nothing to do with your driving quality then, it's just jinxed.
Well, that did get mentioned before the race and the fact I can't drive.
Can I just say that I didn't think he was going to win it anyway, mate. But anyway, third place, absolutely brilliant. And it could have been so much better. I'll shake your hand, but I can't be bothered. 890 Paul Rice in second. Dropped to grade this month, gone down to blue. Paul, how did you find that, mate? It was just seemingly getting better as the race went on.
Yeah, once it took a few laps to get settled in, there's a lot of oil or antifreeze or something on the track, so everyone in the same boat, but it took the car come on towards the end, but I couldn't quite catch Ryan.
Yeah, we did put a bit of oil on that track just to, catch the boys out. But a cracking race. Are you pleased with the way the car's going now?
Yeah, it's a good race. Car seems pretty good. Our first real race in the wet since we changed the tyres. I've had some good results in the rain prior to today, and another good result really with the new tyres, so I'm pleased.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Great to see it. But the man who's having a great season so far in 2023, winner of the Tyrone Snell Family Trophy, Mr. Ryan Sheehan. Ryan, you're having a great season, my handsome. I mentioned on the Grand Parade you're already a race winner this season. Follow up with this in the wet. Brilliant.
I think it was your pep talk this morning, wasn't it? You said you're having a good season, let's have another win today, and there it is.
Well, that car then is very good in the dry and very good in the wet. Did you have to make much changes to get it to perform in these conditions?
Well, it was terrible in heat 1 and 2 in the dry, so I will go all out. Father said if I don't get my ass in gear, then you're going to stand in the trailer rather than watch. So I said, all right, let's go then. Yeah, seemed to work.
And over there now, he's in tears. I bet he's in the back of the bus in tears. There he is, look. Oh, look. He doesn't he look proud? You sure it's not your brother? Is that your father? Absolutely brilliant. Mate, I shake it, wrong hand, but well done. Good season, wonderful trophy. I'll tell you what, if there's no room on the mantel shelf, break it up and put the bits on eBay.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll find
you probably better buy another car.
I might throttle you.
The winner of the Snell Family Trophy 2023, Mr. Ryan Sheehan, ladies and gentlemen, top three will be coming round for your applause. A worthy winner. Yeah, get into the 1955 F100. Sorry, mate, you've got to get in that one. Yeah, there's only one winner in this, mate, and unfortunately, Ben, it's not you. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the top three in the Snell Family Trophy 2023. Ben Goddard, Paul Rice, and Mr. Ryan Sheehan. And many thanks to our sponsors, the Snell family and Ace Trailers, DLs of Ace Trailers in our programme, and indeed all our other sponsors this afternoon. Thank you to the sponsors. Without the sponsors, the drivers would have nothing to race for. Doesn't that sound good? That is a wonderful machine. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for the top three in this afternoon's Trophy Final.
Moving on to May Day Monday at Smeatharpe presented an opportunity to check in on the renaissance of the farm boys. Rewind 15 years or more and several of the farm boys from the nearby Dunkerswell area regularly raced at Smeatharpe. 556 Pete Hollis and 708 Julian Hellier have raced a fair bit in the past couple of seasons, whilst 919 Oscar Berry graduated this year from a short spell in mini-stocks to making his debut in the Bangers on Easter Sunday at St Day. On May Day Monday, 16-year-old Oscar got to race in the Bangers at his home track. Welcome, Oscar.
Well, hello.
End of a busy day for you.
Yeah. Pretty carnage with two cars here racing.
With you and Pete.
And Jim as well, and Mackie.
Obviously, yeah, all the little ones in the Micro F2s.
Yeah.
So having raced in the mini stocks, and then moved up to the Bangers. Now you're old enough.
Yeah.
Can you explain what the difference is?
It's a lot different. Yeah, the Bangers a lot quicker, but also a little bit softer. Yeah, you get punted out wide. You don't feel it quite as much as if you would in the mini.
Yeah.
Solid steel, so you feel it when you get pushed into a corner. But yeah, Banger, it's more fun in my opinion. Harder to drive. Yeah, I've not quite got a hang of that yet, but that will come with time, hopefully.
It will, yeah. You're only a couple of meetings in and whatever. I think it's fantastic for those of us that have been around long enough to remember the green, the white and the red of the farm boys and everything.
Yeah.
I guess you've been told all about those days.
Yeah.
And looked at a few pictures and bits and pieces.
Minimal pictures, to be honest, with not many being taken back then, but a couple of videos from especially Ringo's memorial meeting here, where they were all sign-written cars. Probably the only time they had proper sign-written cars. But it was good. It's good to watch them on YouTube videos. DT videos.
Yeah.
Released them a couple of weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good to. So I never really got to watch them when I was only one when that meeting happened, so I don't remember it much.
No, not too much of a recollection at that age, I guess.
No.
And your dad obviously helps a tremendous amount.
Yeah, he does a lot of the work on my Banger. I can strip it and do minimal bits, but he puts in the hours, especially making sure it's perfect shape for when I'm racing it.
Okay, and I guess as the season goes on, your intention would be to race most of the times that the rookies are on?
Hopefully, yeah. I've got GCSEs coming up in a couple of weeks, which is going to be a bit of a problem with potentially not being allowed to race. My mum is a bit strict on that kind of thing, but I'd love to be out here, I think if I'd only miss one meeting potentially here due to that, but like I say, I'd like to do it. I'll try to do it, but there's not much in my power, unfortunately, being 16 still.
Yeah, you just got to take it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And your first meeting in the Banger was at St Day at Easter.
Yeah.
And you've just done your home track here at Smeatharpe.
Yeah.
Can you compare and contrast the two circuits?
Personally, I prefer Smeatharpe. I always like racing here more. Although I had a better day at St Day a couple of weeks ago. Better positions with less damage, I suppose. But that's racing, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't.
Sure. I guess as well that St Day, there was a little bit more room at St Day. The meeting just ended here at Smeatharpe has been fairly chaotic. The numbers were good enough for what we ran. Possibly it's sort of borderline. We could have done with a few more, and then we may have been able to to split to a 2 out of 3 system, you might have had quieter heat.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was busy today. But that's all going to be experience for you, I'm sure, to race in with lots of cars.
Yeah, it's good to get the experience with all the cars, like you say, because if I was to go up Mendips or Ringwood as well, travel, I'm going to need that. And it was good out there. I managed to avoid a few things, not everything, but sometimes it's best just to drive through someone, or not through them, but...
Not exactly through them,
no,
but yeah,
no.
Now and again you are going to bump into things.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun as well, yeah, absolutely. So what about a stockpile of cars? Is there much waiting?
Well, that car we got is the only one at the moment, but I think once that one's gone, we'll keep it for spares and everything, and just keep everything from then onwards. I think continue with the Focus. I think it's pretty quick. Yeah.
I think that's been evident in these early meetings that there's lots of fast Focuses, lots of fast cars out there, and I think that the season will settle down once we've had another meeting and we then have some regrading.
Yes.
There's a lot of quick cars up at the front of the grid at the moment, which is good because it makes a good race. And all the races today have gone all the way to the finish without red tops coming through. Yeah. So I think that some regrading in due course that will shuffle the grid, shuffle the starting order. Yeah. And we may see some different winners again, but it's certainly competitive out there.
Yeah, very. There's a lot of very, very fast cars, especially off White Top. There's I think the Black Astra. He's very quick. Same with the Black Focus. Yeah. Seems to be the quickest off the front, in my opinion. They're
setting a fast pace out there.
Yeah.
Looking ahead to next weekend, and we should see. Well, I'm guessing it's going to be in Farm Boys colours.
Yes.
We've got the fun of Ollie at the wheel of the 3-wheeler, the Reliant Robin. Have you had much involvement in that? Or?
It's a funny thing to build. It's up in the workshop at the moment. They've been on it a lot recently. Definitely some hours gone into it. Yeah. We'd like to put it in Farm Boys colours, whether or not we have time. Different story, but I think we'll do our best on Sunday, isn't it? So we can spread Saturday if needed.
So the racing's on Monday, yeah.
Oh, is it Monday? Is it?
Yeah. That's just you another 24 hours. So. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be a bit of a word of warning for people coming on May Day Monday to Smeatharpe. Don't get too close to the 117 Robin. It may still be wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walking away with a big white handprint from leaning on it.
Yeah.
But Ollie's a bit reluctant, I think, to do too much chatting on the podcast. So maybe it's over to you to speak for him. I guess he's looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think he's not showing much emotion at the moment, but I think that will come with time. I've sat in that, Robin. It's definitely an experience. Very, very snug in there. Yeah. It's all, you don't have much to move and that. And I think, I think he's always quite a good driver. He'll chuck it round as fast as he can and sure put on a show as well.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that the Robins is definitely one of the fun days. No one's really that bothered about who wins. Everyone is bothered about having a good time.
Yeah, lots of rolling over, hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure he'll be having a little bit of a playtime with Sam Carter, who's the one and only Sam Carter as he's become known in the Robin world.
Yeah, done a few of the Robins now, hasn't he, Sam?
Absolutely.
Always look pretty quick as well.
Yeah, look forward to that. Well, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, no problem.
It's great that you're buzzing at the end of another day of racing.
Yeah.
And good luck with the GCSEs, obviously.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we'll see you back again fairly soon, 919 once more.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Oscar's racing relies heavily on input from his father, Jay Berry, who is another farm boy of old. I asked Jay about the many guises he adopts to get not just Oscar racing, but also his younger brother Jimmy, who has a BriSCA Micro F2.
Welcome, Jay.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So you've just been parent
to mechanic,
mechanic,
coach,
dog's body,
yeah, driver,
sponsor,
banker dad,
all of those things,
transport manager, yeah. It's a fair list of jobs.
Map reader.
Yeah, well, it's not too bad at reading maps from Dunkerswell.
I don't know if you can't find your way.
If I can't find my way,
wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I could do it in the dark, I think.
And enjoying it, I guess.
Yeah, really enjoying it. It's day to day when you've got two kids racing. It's quite an effort just to get up in the morning and think, right, I don't want to forget, because you've got two boys racing, you don't want to let either of them down.
No, of course not.
So, you need the right spares, the car needs to be ready kind of before you go. You don't want to get up here like we used to. You just think, okay, what needs happening? We're here now, let's fix it. You want to make sure everything's ready before you get here.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you've got the spares. And now with James, in the micros, you need transponders, race receivers, they all need to be charged, batteries need to be charged. So, yeah, it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot to, you lie in bed, especially on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, you think, oh, God, have I done that? Have I done this?
Quite an operation.
Yeah, it is. It is quite an operation. Yeah, and, there's plenty of people that got 1, 2, sometimes 3 people racing in the family. But, yeah, no, it's a learning curve for sure. But enjoyable, yeah. You get to the end of the day, you kind of wipe your brow and you think, was it worth it? You think, every time it's definitely, yeah. Even if they've had a bad day, even if no one's finished a race and you spent a fortune on spare parts, it's still good fun. You still look forward to the next time. Despite what my bank balance says, it's still something you want to do again.
And in terms of Oscar moving on from the minis to the bangers,
yep.
Are you happy about that? And not really too bothered?
Yeah, no, I'm fine about it.
Yeah.
Mum says something different. He's only raced twice, but today she hung around and watched behind her hands a bit. But the first time he went out, she didn't want to know.
Really?
She didn't want to watch at all. She didn't really. The minis, as you know, minis are full contact. That's quite. There's a lot of hitting goes on in that. So she kind of watched that, but again, when he stepped into bangers, she was quite scared.
Okay.
Quite worried about her little boy.
Okay. I get the moving from being a junior to racing.
Yeah. Well, he's in with adults.
Yes, right.
He's 16. He's in with 50-year-old. The people that've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense. But as you also say, a Mini is a pretty solid car.
Mini's a solid car. Yeah, the hits you take in Minis, and I only ever done bangers. The hits you take in Minis, they're solid. Cars are built really well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of metal in there, and when you hit the wall, or you get hit by another car, those hits, you can hear it.
Yeah, and the worst thing I think with a Mini is when a car has spun across.
Yes.
Or has come to a stop for whatever reason, it gets collected.
That's
no fun for anybody.
No one involved in that is coming out of it well. He's a driver that's trying to avoid it, but it's too late.
Yeah.
Person sat in that car, it must. And when Oscar, early days, he did have a couple of big hits, and it really, because he come to it late, obviously Minis you can go at 11, he come to it late at 14. He's already behind the game a bit, and he had a couple of big hits, he had a couple of rollovers early on, and you could see that he was taking a back step even early on in the Minis.
He was a little bit reluctant for a short.
Absolutely reluctant. Yeah, if he could pull in the middle out of the way, sometimes he would, and then wait for a gap, wait for a gap, and then off you go. But I didn't mind that. He's come to it a bit older, and he's getting. But by the time he finished Minis, he was right. He managed to get a win.
He was really competitive.
He was, yeah. He managed to get a win, which really pleased me because I thought that probably would never come. And hopefully, when he listens to this, he understands what I mean. But you turn up to the track and you think, oh, I just wouldn't mind him completing a race. But then, like I say, come the end, he got a win and a couple of good races.
All ended in the end.
Yeah, it did. All ended really well, and it was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth all the time and effort and money.
So now we're seeing a bit of a renaissance of green, white, and red.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So obviously, well, as you know, we had a bit of a rest from it all, but with the boys coming in, the younger ones, and Pete, he's always been around. Mm-hmm. He's still been flying the flag, the red, white, and green. But it's nice to see the boys interested in it.
Yeah.
We had a break. I had a break from it. We had kids and whatnot like you do, but we've always been coming up and watching, and the boys just want to go on and carry on doing it, and they always wanted to, race in the same colours.
which is great.
It is good. Yeah, it is really good. It's nice to see. I mean, the colours don't really mean anything. They're just well, they're Mole Valley specials. They are the Massey Ferguson red, John Deere green, and I think David Brown white is what it was. It doesn't mean a lot, but that's they want to race it.
Synonymous with those days.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I think it's great to look at there and to see. Some people change their colours every time they change a car.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
people stick to it. I think that's really good.
Yeah,
to a traditional format.
I think so. Yeah. We'll see if Oscar carries on racing those colours. We always said they're so unlucky. They're really unlucky colours. Whenever you turn up to, when he used to do the novelty meetings that we really enjoyed, the metro meetings, and you didn't have time to paint, you'd always have a great day. And you go back to crash or arm or something, and you paint your cars up in the red, white, and grey, you'd have a terrible day. It's bloody colours, but I don't, there's no such thing as luck, is there really?
No, that's you can't. It's certainly not something you can control.
Nothing you can control. No,
and it's going to be influenced by any colours.
Not at all. Not at all. So, and I think they look quite nice as well.
Yeah, definitely.
They look quite good.
Definitely the case for that. There's always room for people to stick to traditional colours. I think that's.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, obviously the difference being when we used to race, no one really come up with an airbrush car, or you might save it for a crasher arm in the early days, or a bone shaker or a blockbuster. But now people just turn up to these meetings with a nice airbrush car, and fair play to them. They look really good.
Well, with the rookie banger class, I mean, a car, you're really, really unlucky if the car gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Without getting, plenty of races, plenty of meetings out.
Yeah, you keep pulling them and keep going. So hopefully, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 races. I mean, some will get even more out of it. So if you've got enough spares and you've got the equipment, you keep pulling it out and straighten it. So why not have a nice paint job?
Yeah. And so on the horizon,
yes.
Excuse me, on the horizon we have the fun of the 3
The Robin Reliant race, yeah. When Ollie said he was going to do it, I was not surprised, because Ollie, he's dying to get back in something. Mm-hmm. And he thought the Robin Reliance would be quite an easy. When we used to race Robin Reliance, it was put H-frame out of your Sierra. I think they're the right size, and put a door plate on it, and off you go. But now it's a bit more, proper roll cages and door plates, water tanks. So I think he didn't know what he's getting himself into. But we wait to see if he gets it ready. I'm sure he will.
Okay, and
it will definitely be ready.
And where do you sit? Are you a little bit envious because I wish I had one as well? Or
where do I sit?
Are you happy to just stand back and think, well, let's see how this goes on?
No, when Ollie said he was doing it, he said, we should all do it. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. But with Oscar racing, James racing the micros, it's my time is quite hard. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to commit to something and not do it.
No,
I've never been one for saying, I'll do that, and not doing it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to push myself too far, but we'll see how Ollie gets on. It does look quite fun.
Yeah.
It really does look quite fun. And cars seem to last. Again, when we used to race, they'd last one meeting, and that was it. But now the Robins seem to race.
Hopefully, because
to a few meetings.
Yeah, from what I can gather from anybody you speak to, and certainly you just touched on it yourself, there's a lot more work going into it.
There's a lot more work. Well, safety.
Yeah.
In everything we do in all this racing, safety is a real big thing now with the Robins.
You farm boys have used up all the baler twine.
We have, yeah. We used up all the baler twine and bits of wood we can prop up the seat with. I mean, that's all. Those days are gone, which is brilliant, really. It's the way forward. You don't want anyone getting hurt. We all got to go. I know everyone says it, but we've all got to go to work on the Monday, so
that's right.
Or Tuesday this week, being back on the weekend. But we've all got to work. So safety is, you can't argue the fact that the safer the better, really. But the Robins is quite a lot of work, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, interesting stuff, and it's good as well that the numbers appear to be.
Do they? Good.
Yeah, I think that. Some years we've been fairly modest numbers, and it's a bit of a stretch to get it through the whole meeting and still have something left for the end.
But
no, I think that the last couple of years have been so good, and the guys that have come and raced, I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, good.
And so I think that
Also, I think the crowd love it, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
From what I see, like the caravan meeting.
Yeah.
Robin Reliant. I mean, it's brilliant. There's nothing better than for anyone racing. It doesn't matter what you're racing, and even if they're here just to watch the caravan race or Robin Reliant, if you see the stands are full, the banks are full with people, it's a brilliant atmosphere.
It's more fun.
It's more fun for everyone. It's more fun for the drivers, and you get a lot of people, especially with the Robin Reliance. Well, I'm telling you something you already know. Robin Reliance and the caravan racing, you get a lot of people here that have never been in before.
Yeah.
And they're cheering every crash, every race win, everyone that comes around the parade car. They're cheering them. That's brilliant.
Yeah, to get crowd reaction is also a big plus.
It is, it is for the races. Especially really, they put in a lot of time and work and effort and money, and seeing the place full.
Reward,
seeing the place full of people, it must be a real bonus.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that's the case for next Monday. I think that'll be great. Hopefully, the weather's with us. Plenty of Robins. Definitely be plenty of rollovers. Can't be anything much.
Lots of rollovers. Yeah, that's what we're here to see. The rollovers. Yeah. The more the merrier.
Absolutely. Well, great stuff. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Crispen.
And a little bit of insight into the farm boys.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Bring it on.
Great to see you back. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so to Ollie Starr, another parent of a BriSCA Micro F2 driver, young Max Starr.
Ollie gallantly put his reservations about being on mic to one side to give us this insight into his reconnection with racing, which will hopefully see him be part of the fun expected from the Reliant Robins at Smeatharpe on Coronation Monday, the 8th of May. Welcome, Ollie.
Hiya.
So you're going to be the intrepid pilot in the Farm Boys freewheeler.
Yeah. Hopefully.
From what I can gather from everyone else, it's been a fair amount of work, a lot more work this time around from when you used to have a play with the Robins.
Yeah, I suppose I've never actually did it myself. I know Jay and Ringo done it.
Yeah.
But it was literally just a H frame behind the seat, and that was it.
No.
This time around, it's like, different ball game altogether.
A lot more work, yeah.
A lot more work, a lot more involved.
Okay.
So
what inspired this mad move? Seen the Robins for a couple of years and thought.
No, I haven't watched Robins, to be honest. My son races the micro F2s.
Yeah.
And you start to get a bug for it again. And I was trying to think, what could I do without getting hooked on racing again all the time, like every other week sort of job.
Yeah.
So I thought Robins is 2 times a year, have a bit of a laugh, and that's it really.
And see where it takes you.
Yeah, and see where it goes, yeah.
And then before you know it, you're spending countless hours trying to get a crazy plastic pig.
But hopefully this plastic pig will be literally, it should do a few meetings, hopefully.
Yeah.
So well, hopefully it'll do the rest of this year. That's the plan. And hopefully it doesn't lead on to too much of a type of race. But we'll see what happens.
Who knows how badly bitten you will get.
Yeah.
So is there going to be time to get it in green, white, and red?
I don't know about the green, white, and red yet. Definitely green because it's already green.
1/3 of the way there.
So hopefully we got a week, haven't we?
Yeah. That's
we got a week. The cage is nearly done. Floor plate's done. Roof plate's done. Just got obviously the towage to put on for the caravan race. Got to get it running. Got to bolt the engine in because that's literally fallen out. That's about it really, and obviously all the other little bits and bobs.
Okay. Well, with my track record, where everyone says that, I always think that things that take a day is going to be in about an hour.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like you'd probably get crack out of an afternoon.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure that's not how it is going to be.
The problem is I stripped it out back in probably October time. Then I slung it outside the workshop. Said I was going to start it, and before you know it,
here we are.
Christmas goes, and then you're in the new year, and
Easter's behind.
Like, oh God, I got about. Yeah.
Easter's behind us, and we're now into May.
Yeah, now we're all going for it, but hopefully if enough of us will be here next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Cool. Well, certainly early bookings are good. Early numbers are good. I think that we're well on the way to having a dozen or so 3-wheelers, which will be really good.
All right, okay.
And certainly the last 2 years, everyone that's come to race has come with the right spirit, just to laugh and.
Yeah. Well, that's all it's all about. That's all I want. I just want to have a bit of a laugh for a day, and then just chuck it to the side, forget all about it.
And then when the next.
Then concentrate on boys racing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because that really does take over your life. So, that's the plan.
Okay.
So,
Well, thank you very much for your time.
No worries.
And we won't take up too much of it. You've still got a little bit more to do to the Robin, but hopefully everything will fall in place and we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, all right, no worries.
Jolly good.
Cheers.
Thank you again to our collection of guests on this week's episode. The second wave of racers from the Farm Boys again underlines the family element to our sport. And like everyone heading to Smeatharpe on Coronation Monday, we're all looking forward to the fun of the 3-wheelers.
If you've enjoyed Autospeed Podcast, home of stock car and banger racing in the Southwest, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for future podcasts.